Hey, what's up? Aaron here. Hope you're doing well. If you're watching this video right now, you might be checking out babel.audio and maybe you're wondering, can you really get paid just to chat? Is it really that simple? Let's check it out. Let's find out if this is a good way for you to generate income online. Anytime you want to get my favorite way to get to $5,000 to $10,000 a month, 100% from home, click the link below and I'll share with you my favorite strategy. Now, on this channel, I have reviewed hundreds and hundreds of different ways to make money online. I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. So let's check out babel.audio to find out if this is the good or the ugly. Is this a good way to make money on the internet or not, right? Maybe there are better ways out there. Now, babel.audio is pretty cool. It's basically an AI training audio platform. So all you really need to do is you can come to babel.audio. It's babel.audio, all right? And all you need to do, first of all, is sign up and become one of their workers to work on their platform. So this is the way it works, right? So step one, apply and record a 3-minute clip. They need to hear what you actually sound like. Now, here's a very big tip about this, right? Is that make sure when you record your audio, it's got to be very quiet, okay? And you do need a decent mic, right? You need a microphone like what I'm using right now, or buy some sort of lapel mic, and make sure you're in a environment where it's very quiet, because if it's noisy, if you're just using your iPhone and you're outside and there's traffic and there's all this ambient noise, the chances that you'll get hired is a lot lower, all right? So just make sure the quality of your audio is very, very good, because it's really based around that, okay? And what you're doing right now is you're helping to train AI models so that they can work better in the future. And all they really need is for you to apply, get approved, and then once you actually get approved and become a worker, you can conduct different conversations with different people, and you'll talk about all sorts of different things: sports, travel, education, business, movies, music, right? So the idea here is they want people to have different accents, to speak in different languages, different topics, so that they can help to train their AI models, right? So the cool thing is you don't necessarily have to be an English speaker or a very good English speaker. Like, you don't have to speak with an American accent or a British accent. You can have a strong accent, but as long as you have a clear, concise way of speaking English and you're fluent, then you can potentially get a role with babel.audio, right? They also have different languages, as you can see here: Korean, Chinese, Italian, Indian, Turkish, right? So all sorts of different languages that you can speak, which is pretty cool. And they will probably add more in the future as their business starts to increase, right? So a few important questions that need to be answered, right? So first of all, how can you get started, right? So first of all, sign up. Click on the link that I showed you earlier. There will be an onboarding quiz, and then you need to record a 3-minute audio and expect to hear back from them within a week. It can take a little bit longer to get approved or not, okay? How much work will be available to you? There is no limit, but it really depends on how well you do, and it really depends on their jobs, okay? So please don't expect one of these things to be, even if you do get approved, it's not like you can sit here and work full-time hours. You're not going to be able to create audio for 8 hours a day, for example, right? This is very much a part-time thing. If you get lucky, you're going to get more jobs. If you're not so lucky, then you might only get maybe a couple of hours a week, for example, or maybe even 1 hour per week. So it's not one of those things where you're going to be able to record audio for 8 hours a day, but it is a way for you to start to make some additional side income through something that is legitimate, which is really, really cool, okay? Who is this opportunity for? Basically anybody who loves to talk. You don't necessarily need to be a professional voice actor. You can be anything, right? Anyone from any background, as long as you speak pretty well and you've got good audio. That's very, very important, and that the background is very quiet, and that's really, really important too, okay? How much will you get paid? That's a very important question here, right? So it depends on the project. Some projects will pay between $15 to $20 per recorded hour. Some will pay up to $35. So don't expect $35 per hour. I would say the sweet spot for babel.audio is about $15 to $20 per hour, right? But that's if you can actually pick up jobs. Sometimes you're going to have more jobs, sometimes you'll have less jobs, but it just gives you an idea of how much that you can actually work, right? Is it flexible? Yes, it is flexible, because you are a contractor, right? The better you do with them, the more consistent you are, the more jobs that you're going to get. Okay, so here's what I would say about Babel. I think this is a really cool opportunity. I think with a lot of AI stuff, with the advent of AI and the more development of it, there's more and more of these companies coming out, right? This is a cool way to earn some additional side income. It's not guaranteed that you will get the job though. Please understand that, right? It is an application process. It really depends on how many applicants they're getting at that particular moment. They already have a lot of workers working for them. So to give yourself the best chance, make sure you speak fluently in the language that you want to apply for. Make sure you've got good audio, invest in a microphone, okay? And make sure that the room that you record in is very, very quiet. That's very, very important, all right? Now, if you do get work with this, look, this is not going to replace your full-time income. This is some additional bonus income, right? You might generate, again, it depends on how many hours you get per week, but it's not going to be one of those things where you can fully replace your full-time income. It's just a little bit of extra bonus money on the side, something cool, a way for you to get started making some money online. So if you want to check out Babel Audio, just go to babel.audio and you can apply right here by clicking on start earning right now. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this review of Babel Audio. If you're here watching my video right now, maybe this is the first time that you're on my channel. I've reviewed hundreds and hundreds of different ways to make money online, all sorts of different apps, different websites, different business models. I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? And out of all the ones that I've tested, the good ones, right, there was one that I used to completely change my life. I make multiple six figures a year from this online strategy. I think it's great for any beginner that wants to learn to generate big income online. It can potentially help you to completely change your life and fully replace your full-time income, but obviously you got to put in the work. Okay, if you want to check that out, I've got a full documented process of how I do this. Just click the link below and you can access that masterclass for free right below this video. I wish you all the best. Hope you enjoyed this review and I will see you on the next one. Take care.